following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Of course! Of course!
So the roof comes crashing down. Everyone except Derek dives into one of the tunnel mouths that they came through. Derek, I need you to make a dodge saving check.
What Derek just like...
I'm not even going to ask why, I'm just going to do it.
To be fair, Roxanne didn't die, man. She got Spider-Man.
I guess she's knocked out cold.
22.
Unfortunately not enough. Right, so the rock comes crashing down, no doubt murdering everyone left in the room.
Clear.
Yes.
Maybe it's clear.
Oh, come on.
Alvin, you find yourself alone. A collapsed entranceway there. You don't know where you are. It is dark.
Probably going to be clawing at the rocks and being like, "You alright?"
Nothing but the cavernous sounds of death respond.
You dead, man? I'm not seeing. No, I'm gonna go straight to 11, bring down the whole fucking room. Bitch! Don't panic. Hand on wall, start walking.
You put your hand on the wall, straight out to the left, and you start walking. You come immediately across a rubble, like a wall of rubble, blocking your passage.
Okay.
It takes like half a second.
Okay. No problem. You've just been entombed by your squad leader. That way's probably an entombed Russ. I'm gonna have to start digging this way.
Just try to all four
Have you
corners.
tried turning around in the direction you weren't facing, and therefore leaving where you were just yelling?
I from my description, I thought I
Yes, you're
rubble
digging
in
at the
front of
rock,
me,
you
rubble
put your
behind.
head out there, and you walk right forward into the rock you were just... It's exactly the kind of douchebag I will be. Yes, so this passage leads sort of unevenly around. It's hard to tell really what with it being dark and you not bringing any light. Or well, maybe you did bring light, but like it's with someone else, or it's crushed, or Derek's fault.
Well, Derek's wearing it, so possibly all of the above.
Your passage weaves sort of drunkenly side to side for a bit and then drops quite sharply. It goes steeply down, and the feeling of the ground under your feet is unstable and broken, like maybe it didn't used to do this.
Can't go back, must go on.
Alvin braces himself and leaps down the tunnel, ready to land on his back and slide down it like a slide. A slide that would shatter every bone in his body, but he does it anyway.
Why would I do that instead of just...
Sounds exciting and cool?
Yeah. It sounds dumb. It sounds really dumb.
Why is everyone carefully pick my way down safely and don't die? Ooh. Look at me, I'm
stuck
Indiana
with a
Jones.
I'm stuck with a stupid flimsy human body instead of a cool liquidy thing. So try and pick my way down until I fall on my ass and slide down.
Wow, that's going to be a climbing check, isn't it? Which I believe is actually just athletics.
That's right, this doesn't have climbing as a stat.
I mean, it might, but...
Wait,
You can take it as an expertise.
Oh, you can take it, yeah.
Like, make it a thing. Like mountain climbing or something.
So many systems just says climbing as a standard ability. Oh, skill.
So that is 21.
No, that's more than I wanted, so therefore you don't. It's difficult to tell how long you've been climbing down before it finally levels out. But it feels like a lot. When you are about, say, 2 or 3 paces from the edge, still following the wall, you think you see like a little glimmer of light in the distance.
Okay. Okay, that's something I hope for, or another cultist chamber. Sneak mode.
Okay, Bonnie. The ceiling comes crashing down. You hurl yourself out of a tunnel entrance and you find yourself not in the entrance you came out of, even though you were standing right by it.
Okay.
You find yourself in the one adjacent to it, logically. This one seems to be very well maintained. There is a lantern hanging from a little iron loop in the wall and it's swinging about after the shaking. It appears to be about 4 feet wide. There are rough columns carved into it and an arch at regular intervals holding it up. It's very well maintained and quite well lit. You think you're alone. There doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Oh, Dix, you there? I was hoping that maybe.
Well, if the chamber was already disrupted, now it's all dusted all over us.
It's all solid. We don't know exactly how it works, so I thought at least try. Right, I'll continue down the path.
Okay.
Because it's all collapsed behind me and I can't go that way, can I?
Yeah, it's completely buried in. When Roxanne buries a cult, she don't fuck around, apparently.
Alright, then I'll...
You're going to have to tell Jericho about this. He's going to want to be prepared for her.
No.
This thought occurs to you. Do you react in any way to it?
No.
Okay. This is a normal thought that Bonnie has on
No.
the day. You head down the passage. It continues to be pleasant and nice and wide and well maintained, and it goes on and on, straight and even, very secure, no cracks in the
Nope.
masonry or anything.
Where am I really?
You're in the tunnel, I told you, the tunnel!
Ooh, that's terrible. 10 perception.
Okay, so what you're actually in is a horrible fetid sewer, and you're walking through a small river of urine and shit and who knows what. But you are holding a lantern.
You can see the urine and shit and who knows what.
The walls are very close in. It stinks to high heaven. There are columns and archways holding it up, and it is well maintained, but it's a nasty, stinking, fetid sewer.
I'll keep going.
Swash and slosh. On you go. Occasionally, you see these great shafts leading way up.
Is there a ladder?
You don't see a ladder, and you wouldn't be able to fit in these shafts. They're about a foot wide, but you see them leading way up, and occasionally some water or something pours out.
I'll avoid the water.
Give me a dodge check.
No. Dexterity, you mean?
No, I mean dodge.
Oh, your defense.
Oh, I'm
Defense.
sorry, dodge. Yeah. So 26.
That's fucking close. Well, you don't get splattered with poo water. Eventually, you come to a crossroads. Sewers go ahead and to the left and sloping down, and you hear the sound of a waterfall far off. But on the right, there's like a little brick up thing and a door set into a wall that's like built up above the level of the water.
I'll have a look at the door.
It is a door. The door is made of wood and is banded with iron riveted into it. Upon the door is the escutcheon authorized maintenance only.
Is it all locked?
How do you know?
I'm asking.
Are you checking the
Yes.
door? Okay. You don't have to roll. You check the door and it does open.
Alright. Anyone in there? What was in there?
It's dark. You push the lantern inside and you see beyond the door of the fetid sewer lies a room. A small enclosed stone chamber. Wooden benches line the walls, and in the center is a large metal grate, a form of drain. Something sloshes wetly far below, but you are in no danger of falling in, unless you were to dance around on it or something. A single suspended lantern lights the room greenly. You can see no other decorations or adornments save for the two doors on the far wall.
I'll go over to the other doors.
Each door is as different as the other one. The door to your left appears to have at least a veneer of hammered bronze, and bears the etching of a cloaked figure doing this. Rays shine out from behind the figure. The door on the right, however, seems to be old and tarnished wood, greasy with age. Large iron hinges spike from one wall into it. You know the kind. And the handle appears to be a piece of tatty rope. It's difficult to tell, but burnt into it appears to be the outline of a goat.
If I take that door.
Jericho will protect.
Well, the other door could be the pious woman. Ah.
Or it could be Haster, who knows?
Try the go to door.
You reach forward and grab the rope that serves as a door handle, and you give it a tug, feeling slimy oil squeege out of the rope across your hand. The door pulls freely and easily from its portal and swings silently on well-oiled and well-maintained hinges open. A yawning emptiness greets you. You thrust your lantern into it, and you see a narrow, dark, stone stairway leading up.
I'll take the stairway.
Bravely, you enter, swinging the door shut behind you, and you proceed up the narrow, winding staircase. Roxanne, you will be last.
I actually was right. Okay. It's like Derek first.
You finally wake up. You're on a stairway. You're lying on a stairway. It is uncomfortable and cold, but your head at least appears to be cushioned. It's kind of nice, actually.
I don't know if I want to know. I want to
Like someone's leg, perhaps.
look up.
The hat girl stares down at you. She's like,
Howdy.
welcome back to the land of the living.
So I survived then. So sit up. What happened?
Well, first, the ancient statue started to come alive.
Remember that part, and I'll rub the bit where it smoked me.
Then, your team started going banana crazy
Sounds like
and
us.
attacking the cultists. Then, your team leader threw a small van at the ceiling, made of rock. And then the chamber collapsed and you almost died.
Sounds like us. Is anyone else? Have you seen anyone else since the
No, we're here alone, and I didn't want to move on until you were awake. But now you're here, I can go investigate what lies up there.
Collapse down below. Well, I guess I'll follow you. I've got much choice.
You know, you don't have to. You can stay here where it's safe.
I may be a coward, but I am not going to be a burden. Get up, stand up, and stretch out the pains from lying on the stair.
It's when you try to stand up, you realize that you're missing your leg below your left knee.
Like just severed or crushed. Or...
Yeah.
Does it hurt?
No?
What the hell?
Well, if you're going to come, you should stop messing around.
That can't be right. I'll try moving it.
Nothing happens.
What's that? What happened to my leg? Why doesn't it hurt?
I don't know why it doesn't hurt. Does it normally hurt?
Well, it's normally there.
Are you alright?
I don't know.
You know, Claire said you were the stupid one.
She would say that.
Was she wrong?
Are you sure it's not just bent at the knee underneath you?
No.
Yes. Come on! You've been yelling on it and it's numb.
Flip your way. Oh, never mind. I must have been hallucinating.
That'll happen.
I will attempt to stand and probably be a bit wobbly.
Okay, willpower check, please. To resist the pins and needles effect.
Oh no.
No, look, when your foot's numb,
Natural
you
fail.
can have all kinds of troubles. I twisted
Yeah.
my ankle once trying to walk on a numb foot.
Yep.
I had some hip problems that caused it, and if you sit down for too long, you just can't stand up again.
I've sat in certain chairs that just make my leg numb and I don't realise till I go to get up and it's like, oh,
17?
okay.
Yeah, you're fine. Limping, you climb up the stairs. She's reached the top of the stairs in what appears to be a vestibule. An ancient wooden vending machine selling rather quite larges.
Getting quite large.
2 doors and a third double set of doors that are open, leading out into an open courtyard.
I'll grab a rather quite large. I don't know how long I was unconscious
Okay,
for.
that's going to cost you
It's going to be meat, isn't it?
45 cents.
Oh.
Or 2 strips of meat.
Pay with the cents. And then is my...
is now the time
You never know when it could come in handy.
when a chocolate bar could come in handy.
Is it ghost?
Actually, you're right. We never know when we might need to blow open
All
a
the
door or
things I was wanting to
something.
do.
Exactly what I was thinking. And when she turns over, like, I don't hear that I'm right very often. Turn.
Well, do we go out the big wide open doors, or do we investigate these 2 doors that have been... Oh, well, they're not locked.
Try the smaller doors first. The bigger doors
Right, you
probably
take that
somewhere
one, I'll take
important.
this one.
Right.
Derek thrusts open his door boldly into a freezing cold room. What once have been white tile has now been stained a sort of pinkish salmon colour. Corpses of young women hang on hooks, intermittently interspersed with large, 3-foot-tall, 1-foot-wide cubes of ice. Not really cubes, I guess, if they've got alternate dimensions, but, blocks of ice.
Oh, God. Close the door. I have regrets and questions.
Well, someone's killed a police officer.
It wasn't one of the ones we...
Here, have a look at this.
I'll come over.
The room on the other side is a small bookkeeping office. A ledger sits open with, police horses and carts and availabilities, and along with flamethrower packs. A kindly-looking old man with a stump of one leg, but a crutch leaning against the wall. It has numerous wounds piercing him. 2 in the shoulder And in the hair, as he lies slumped on his back, his chair having tipped over. And someone has killed him dead.
Do you think he was one of the cultists?
Maybe he displeased their master.
Yeah, possibly learned something he
Tell
wasn't
you one
supposed
thing,
to.
you've got to be a sick, evil fuck to stab a man's shoulders after he's dead.
The man was crippled.
Otherwise,
as well.
there'd be more blood.
Right. I doubt he was much of a
He
threat.
probably got a bookkeeping job because he'd lost his leg or something.
Could have
Wait,
been.
what's this on the desk? Is this... Oh, look, it's a homemade wrapped sandwich, probably for his beloved wife.
Oh, look, it's just due for retirement in a day's time.
Look, what's this? Is it a mortgage for his house?
Looks almost paid off.
Yeah. looks like he had 8 days to return.
What kind of monster would do this?
Whoever they are, you should kill off their character and make them make a new one that's less obnoxious. Brandon.
Well, I don't think we can do too much for him. I think he
What
might.
was in the other room?
I'm not sure if you want to know.
We're supposed to be working together.
More bodies, girls strung up, and a lot of ice around. They're missing bits and pieces. I don't know how to explain that. Well,
Wait, I thought only boys were going missing. Where did the girls come from?
Claire said that all the girls are meant to be going to Jericho, but it can't be the case if they're here.
Well, we're going to have to get back to the group and find that Bradford of yours and grill her.
I think you're right, Derek says as he walks over to the wall. Looks at one of those flamethrower bags. Does it have the...
Yep.
This should come in handy.
Slosh.
Nice and full.
It sounds like it's about, say, a 10th full.
Try another one.
This one's
So
empty.
90% empty.
There are 2 more.
I will shake them.
Danger, do not shake.
This sounds like the last one that you were going to try is the fullest.
I will take that one. Good.
Really? That's a police flamethrower.
Doesn't mean you have to be police to use it.
Yeah, I think it actually does.
No, I think you just need to have hands.
Do you have any requisition forms for that? Or are you just breaking the law right now, Mr. Strong?
I'm just breaking the law right now. My team leader might be dead. Who knows what precautions we have to take?
Well, now I see how you guys get away with everything. You're criminals.
Well, some of us are, but I wouldn't say we get away with everything. Some of us just...
I'm not going to stop you. We're supposed to work together. If you feel you need a flamethrower to be a man, I'll be fine with just my gun. But I'm just a delicate, dainty woman.
You know she's a gun. She's shots fired at Derek there.
Well, I don't even
Normally Derek would cave to this, but not at the moment. I'm taking a flamethrower.
Because I don't even have a gun.
Alright.
I look around for even just like a coat or something to chuck over it so it's a little less suspicious.
Robbing the dead man now?
If he's wearing it, I'm not robbing him. I'm robbing his corpse.
So, yeah,
You
but
don't
you
know.
look like a hunchback.
Like they might be, because this is like a storage room. It might have like the police rein slicker hung up. I could take one of those.
There's heavy police duffels.
Would it be big enough to stuff inside?
No.
Mm.
I mean, unless you're just wrapping it in a coat and carrying it.
Yeah, I was something.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
you could do that. Yeah, you can do that. That's not too cold.
Oh, good.
Yeah, no, it blows right up my ass.
That's it.
Which, on a hot day... Right. Okay, Roxanne, you're the last of the player characters. But Elvin, anyway, you get close to the glimmer of light in sneak mode, and you see 2 people. They're crouched by something near the wall. It's at a T section. There's a light coming from between them. It's flickering and dim. Do you get closer?
Yes, while attempting to identify who they are, if they're like
Their backs are to you. One of them is wearing a hood. The other is clearly Claire.
Kill them. Claire, behind you. Did anybody?
Oh, it's only you. Alvin, come on.
Did anybody else make it
Careful,
up?
careful. The lights. We've only just managed to get it started.
Okay.
And Nada's just like, yeah, we.
Respect. Did anybody make it out? Did anybody climb up?
We thought we were the only ones who made it.
Well,
The ground, it sort of gave way quite heavily, and then we sort of had to run away. It was like a movie where the ground was falling away right behind our feet.
Okay.
Have you ever seen a Michael Bay movie?
I don't think so.
Nada's like, they're cool, I suppose.
I've seen like disaster movies, like
Yeah, like that. But yeah, and so here we are, lost, because your arrogant leader, who I know the way, didn't bother to clue any of us in on the way. Now, the wool would have been useful if we hadn't snapped, and then we end up with just an end and we don't know where it is.
What wool?
Your foreign girl, Nancy, she was painting out wool behind us so we could find our way out. But
Smart.
It snapped. And now we don't know where we are. And we're lost. We just started a fire. Yeah. We. And, in order to find our way out. I'm glad you're here. You're at least handy and useful, and you don't seem like a complete douchebag.
Oh, looks can be deceiving. Anyway, okay, so that way I just came from leads back down. We can rule that out.
What went on down there? Also, how are you here?
Everything collapsed. I jumped into a tunnel, and the tunnel led back up.
What, everything?
The whole room.
What room?
There was a room. There was a big Wrigley thing and a bunch of cultists. We killed the cultists. Roxanne overkilled trying to. Now we're all split up. I don't know if anyone was buried.
There was a cult.
Yeah.
So Roxanne killed them.
Oh, we all pretty much killed the cultists, and
All right,
nothing was
that-
left except the big Wrigley gold statue.
That's good. The fewer Bradfords around, the better.
They were more like fishmen with sword hands.
I know what a Bradford is.
What?
What?
Literal fishmen with sword hands.
Yes. Their weird, creepy religion turns them into fish people.
Oh.
That's why they die young.
Okay.
Because the change comes about.
That is horrifying.
At least that's what I heard.
Well, I suppose if Bonnie turns into a fish, at least she could hang out with Harm.
She stares at you with like open mouth shock, and Nada's just like.
Oh wow! It's the first like positive response or action. Nada.
Oh, it's the second one because
Anyway.
he likes Derek
He wants to fight.
with you.
I've never been in a tunnel during a ground collapse before, so I've got to admit I'm a little shaken up.
Okay. Well, first step is I think we're going to have to get adventurous and try and find our way out. Nobody's really going to
We
come
came
looking.
from that way, so I guess the only way is that way.
Right. Awesome. Well, I guess I'll take point, and if anything happens, you'll see it happen to me, and you can try and get out.
Well, I suppose I can try and shift perception of us, but then if some fellow teammates come across us, they wouldn't see us either.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You'll just know what to do, and if shit goes real, use your power for then. To then save your strength. Especially since with all this dust in the air being made of whatever that room was, it might hurt using mutant powers even worse.
If only Wilberforce was here, I'd feel a little better.
Got separated from him. Hope the big guy's okay.
Oh, he'll be fine. It just might be about how long it takes him to get out.
The thing is, that's the problem for all of us at this point.
Shall we proceed onwards?
Yeah.
I mean, let's go.
I agree. I concur. Let's go.
Hi, Bonnie. There's another door at the top of the winding stairs. Now, the stairs have been in very bad condition further up, but nothing that, just with a bit of effort, with a bit of time and care, you need to roll for. So you can just climb them, no problem. If you were running up or down them desperately, that would be different, but you didn't trigger the monster chase, so here you are and you're fine. So, and here's a door. It's made of stone?
Seen it before, the stone doors, so...
Okay, so the door itself is 2 feet wide and 4 feet tall.
Yep. Which way do I see hinges on my side, or...?
You do. You don't see hinges, but you see a rounding employing the hinges in the door, meaning the total width when open will probably be something like 1.5, depending on how thick the door is.
Alright, I'll try to pull the door open from the opposite side of the hinge.
That will require a strength check, unless you have mining, dungeoneering, anything like that.
Dungeoneering would be awesome.
Someone should mute some.
I don't think there's too many doors like this in the vault.
Oh my god, that's a great idea.
Strength 5.
Total?
Yeah, total.
You can feel it shift a little, but it doesn't open. Do you wish to try again?
Yes.
Redoubling your effort.
And a wee bit more.
Like 1?
11, yeah.
Oh, 11. That's not a wee bit more. That's almost double.
Well, you said double my effort, so double my effort. And one more.
I said redouble your effort. Meaning to do it again. It doesn't mean apply twice the amount of effort. God damn it! This is the problem. It's the education system in these countries. He wouldn't be able to tell me how many rods he can get to a sack of turnips.
3.
Wrong. It's 112. Everyone used to know that.
Well, inflation.
And is it New Zealand
I'm gonna
turnips or...
slap the black off you.
He turned it
You
off.
heave the door open, almost falling back down the stairs. Actually, yeah, give me a balance check. Why not? That would be agility if you don't have it.
I don't even have agility. Oh,
Yes, you do. It's a
agility.
primary stat.
21.
Oh, let me guess. You already knew 4 moves. No one's going to forget a move to learn agility.
No.
21.
You don't fall down the stairs and you heave the door open. Suddenly, Bonnie is blinded by the light. There's daylight. Well, overcast, but like compared to where you were, dazzling light shines in your face. You stagger out into the open. Rain hits you.
I'll see if I can get my bearings calm. Well, wait till I can see again and see if I can figure out where I am.
You appear to have emerged from a cenotaph. You are in a graveyard of some sort. There is trees all around. On a branch nearby, a crow says, "Ah!"
Oh, it's fine. I can stay there. I'm not going to throw a stone at it.
It stares at you, black eyes filling the void in your life.
You there, Dex?
Yes.
Is everyone alright?
No.
Have you heard from anybody else?
No.
I've just got out. I didn't manage to get back in the same tunnels I went down on.
I'm sorry, Bonnie. It is very hard to hear complex messages this far away. Where are you? We'll come get you.
Symmetry.
On our way.
That's I don't know what symmetry, but
The crow tilts its head and looks at you again. And then sort of walks its way to the edge of the scythe, spreads its wings, drops off, and flies off down the shadowy path in the trees. It was on a scythe, by the way.
Didn't want to ski you too much by mentioning that.
so what else is in here?
Headstones,
Just headstones.
statues, scythe, gate, path.
What's on
trees.
the name? What's on the cenotaph?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No markings.
Does it look like the symmetry leads deeper in that way or further out? Because you know how you sort of.
The cemetery is small, gated in with an old iron wrought work. There is a larger gate on one side leading to a wider path that winds through the forest. Behind you is a much smaller gate that winds a narrow path through the forest. You see no indications of the city.
Oh, I'll take the path towards the crow.
The narrow, windy, dangerous path full of evil.
I don't know.
Yeah, excellent.
I don't know.
Yes, you do.
I don't.
Use your Bradford sense.
I don't have Bradford sense.
It's always go.
How do you know you don't, but you just haven't unlocked it or experienced it yet?
You want me to tap into my evil dark side?
I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, there we go.